we can never be too democratic. We rolled out the programs we had, even with the democracy that is in Kenya. We did 700 kilometers of our railway. We've done 10,000 kilometers. We have not had a problem. We've built 150 technical training colleges around the country. We've increased the number of students in our TVETs from 80,000 to 500,000 today without a challenge. Anybody who tells you this country is too democratic is a dictator. And that is why there are people who imagine that they want to control the judiciary. The day we accept BBI to bring an ombudsman so that the president can control the judiciary, we are 90% down the road into a dictatorship. Believe me, you. We cannot afford to go backwards. We can only go forwards. Working with, there is wisdom in having independent institutions so that we can have a system of checks and balances that creates accountability. Nobody should sell you the story of a benevolent dictator. There is nothing called a benevolent dictator. A dictator is a dictator. And we must never run experiments around that space. We can take this country forward by hearing every voice. And we can take this country forward without harassing others. You know, the people of Kenya are intelligent enough to make a decision as to what is right and what is wrong. Let us not underestimate the intelligence of the people in the street. Even though they may be in slippers, I tell you, they are not fools. So, we must never run any experiment about our democracy. It is what works. It's what works in the world. It's what works best. And nobody should tell us, oh, you know, Africans, you have to be a bit dictatorial for them. No, you know, in other words, we are accepting that we are lesser human beings. That's an insult. Good people. I have been deputy president for 9 years, and that's why I want to answer the next question. I've been deputy president for 9 years. I can tell you from where I sit that there is nothing that you cannot achieve if you have a plan. All these, oh, you know, the judiciary is a stumbling block, I don't know what, you know, we are too democratic, are excuses when you don't have clarity of where you want to take the country. We've done the many things we've done. With the judiciary being in place, with all these people, with all the noisemakers, the civil society are also telling us stories. They are telling us you cannot do this. They all become part of what informs us. The civil society have a role to play. The judiciary have a role to play. The legislature have a role to play. Sometimes they cause us problems in the House, but that's the nature of democracy. We just need to call them. Sometimes they take certain decisions out of not having enough information. We just need to get them, explain to them, and in many cases, people who are in these offices, whether in the judiciary, whether it is in the legislature, they are not fools. They can see sense where there is sense. Let me, I see somebody has asked me here, you have been in leadership for decades.